try taking a cold shower each morning. Just try that. You don't have a cold plunge at home, take a cold shower each morning and get yourself used to that. You'll notice some just differences throughout your day.
Oh my God. So you've been doing some cold plunging?
Yeah. So it's actually really fucking awesome. After I saw the episode with Huberman, there's this place I go to in Sacramento called Asha Urban Baths. And I've been using their sauna, but they also have a cold plunge in there. And it's really cool because I think one of the big things it helps with is like breathing, helping you to be able to be more resilient. Wim Hof has talked about it helping with the immune system. And one thing I noticed is like cold showers are cool because like they get you ready for the morning. But I've noticed that as I've cold plunged more and as I've gotten used to it, I just seem to be a bit more calm. It does have performance effects, but I just seem to be able to just be in just general more resilient. My breath control is better. So it's pretty dope. So I
love how you're talking as you're making this super elaborate protein coffee thing or something. What is this? Because this
yeah, dude, it's the Fairlife.
You guys you don't understand how like strange Nsima is until you start to hang out with him every day.
It's the Fairlife salted caramel mixed with some Fairlife chocolate, and I have some coffee down there. And then yeah, it tastes fucking amazing, man.
So good.
It tastes so good.
You have salted caramel?
I'll give you some. I have some in my trunk. So I'll give you, if you mix them, it's a 60-gram protein bomb, man.
Oh my gosh.
And it just goes down the hatch super easily.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the cold plunge, you think it's helping you to be just maybe a little bit calmer in life in general? I mean, you're already pretty calm, but.
Yeah. No. I think it just helps me be a little bit more calm and a little bit more resilient. And it also has its immune system benefits, which I dig that a lot. But try taking a cold shower each morning. Just try that. You don't have a cold plunge at home, take a cold shower each morning and get yourself used to that. You'll notice some just differences throughout your day. I'll say that. You gotta try it first. And then Andrew Huberman did a whole episode on cold therapy and cold plunging and all that.
How cold is the thingy?
This morning it was 40 degrees, but it can go down to 36. So yesterday morning, I just got it this past weekend. I just finished setting it up.
You have it at your house?
Yeah, it's in my backyard.
Okay.
So
is that from the place in Sacramento?
Yeah, it's the cold plunge people are based in Sacramento, so they're really dope. So it came out this weekend, but I finished setting it up. I think it can be like up to, they have a one that's a hot and cold, but mine's just cold. So it can be 60 degrees or you can take it all the way down to 36 degrees. So yesterday morning I did 44 degrees. This morning I did 40 degrees. And tomorrow I'm just going to take it to its lowest because it doesn't like it.
Otherwise it'd be frozen, right?
Yeah. But 36 degrees and it's nice. Sitting there for 5 minutes in the morning.
There's some stupid weird stuff that I mess around with just from having different people on the show and just from like, I don't know, studying like philosophy and kind of like thinking about how things are a choice and things of that nature. And, you know, it's been cold, it's been windy, it's been kind of rainy. And when I go in my hot tub, it's like really cold outside. I got to walk out to the hot tub and it's windy and rainy at the same time. And plus the temperature is low. I used to go out and I used to kind of anticipate, okay, it's going to be cold. And because I already thought that in my head, I was already like up in my own head and I would shiver when I'd go out there. And I'm just like, just go outside and see if you have the ability to practice not shivering.
Yeah.
I'll go out and sometimes it's pretty cold and I got to just like breathe out a bunch and calm my breathing down. But I found that I don't have to shiver. It's amazing at all the different things that you can control. You brought up Wim Hof and I haven't really dove into like messing around with a lot of his stuff, but I'd imagine that almost naturally you would probably want to breathe pretty rapidly, like you're hyperventilating almost, getting into that cold water. Is that something that you're doing, or are you just trying to be like super calm with your breath?
Yeah. So Wim Hof has his own breathing, like his whole Wim Hof breathing thing. And he actually says, do not do this in water because it causes some people to get lightheaded and some people have fainted. So if
you faint in water, not a good idea.
Oh yeah. There have been some people, that's why he warns people, do not do the Wim Hof hyperventilating breath holds or whatever in water.
In cold
if you
water,
pass out, you're dead. And that's happened to people, which is why you shouldn't do that specific breathing in there. But the initial feeling when you get into a cold plunge is like people, that's what they want to do. But what you want to do is you want to calm your breathing down, because you notice once you calm your breathing on down, and what was his name? Mike, who
Mutzel?
Not Mike Mutzel, the guy that we had on that he pull up record.
Oh yeah, Mike Castle.
Mike Castle. Yeah. He also talked about this, where if you're able to calm your breathing down, your heart rate, like I have my Apple Watch on, and it's interesting how once I sit in the cold plunge, my heart rate goes from like 67 to 90, 100. Then once I start just slowing down my breathing, it'll come down to 65, 60, 55, 50, and it'll just stay there if I control my breathing. But if I lose control, or if I start to like feel it and get too cold, then the heart rate starts to skyrocket back up. So you also get the ability to better control your heart rate, your breath, calm down. And you notice that it just is easy if you're able to stay calm. Power Project family, if you watch and listen to this podcast, my assumption is that you're probably the kind of guy or girl who doesn't just like to wear your gym clothes in the gym. But listen up, you can't be wearing those and one shorts at a wedding, okay, buddy? You can't do that. That's why we've partnered with Viore Clothing, because not only are their clothes suitable for the gym so you can have the most comfortable and amazing workouts, but you can also wear them to the store, to the wedding, to dinner, anywhere, and you're just going to be looking so good. Andrew, how can the people get it?
Yes, step your game up right now. Head over to viore.com/powerproject. That's VUORI.com/powerproject. And when you do, you'll receive 20% off your first order. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes. Let's get back to the podcast.
And you're getting a little bit of feedback from your watch, but we've heard Andrew Huberman talk about this a lot, where there's a lot of science and research to back up particular types of breathing for particular conditions. He's a big fan of kind of the double breathing in, the kind of
physiological sigh.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and then followed by a good sigh. In his research, and in research that he's studied, I believe, there was a lot of evidence showing that it can help calm you down, help kind of bring that heart rate down. And it's like, well, shit, like if that to me is something that's like, that's too easy not to do. It's too easy not to pick up that habit. Like the habit sounds great. You just got some really bad news that your Bitcoin isn't worth what it used to be, or whatever the thing is. Go ahead and try the double sigh. It's not going to fix the actual thing that threw you off, but it will help to alleviate some pressure, help alleviate some stress. I did not know that Wim Hof talks about not doing that breathing in the water, because sometimes in my hot tub, I've been practicing trying to change my oxygen to CO2 ratio in the hot tub, just to see how long I can hold my breath.
Be careful, my friend. We want you here for a very long time.
So it's probably good that I've only tried like small doses of it, because I think he wants you to do it for like X amount of minutes.
Yeah, you do multiple sets of it, and at the last one, you're apparently able to hold your breath for like 2 or 3 minutes. You're just able to hold.
Yeah,
it.
So like in just doing like, I don't know, maybe 20 breaths in and out. Kind of, I'm not doing the hyperventilating. What I'm doing is I'm just breathing in excessively. That tastes gross, doesn't it?
God dang, this is bad. This is bad. Okay.
You've been closer though. Since we got the new show, you've been a little closer. So maybe when we get the newer show, maybe you'll start to make some money. But so anyway, I've been breathing in and breathing out and changing that, like probably my percentage of CO2 to oxygen or something. And I'm able to hold my breath probably for 3 or 4 times longer, just going under the water than I used to be able to. So
have you ever tried one?
Interesting stuff.
I did it enough, because I tried the cold shower thing and I didn't really like that. But then I was mentioned on the podcast before, it's totally coincidental, but I did the cold therapy thing in the shower, or I just turned it cold. I had the worst cold ever shortly after that. So I was already gonna be sick. Like there's no way there's no way to avoid that. But like getting that cold that fast, I think just like, yeah, let's go. And that, dude, I got so sick. But doing the breathing thing, I remember like my pinkies were getting numb. So I'm like, I probably shouldn't do this anymore. And it felt really weird. So I haven't done it since then.
Yeah. It's a pretty interesting practice. I have the app. I haven't done it in a while, but I've done it a few times. And after you finish the Wim Hof breathing, like if you follow the way he does it, like you feel like you have this head high and you're just like, let's fucking go. Like you feel it. Like it's like a shot of caffeine. It really is, and it only takes 7 or 8 minutes a day. Y'all should try that. Download Wim Hop's app and give it a shot because it's pretty fun. Just don't do it in water, please. Just don't do it in water.
I didn't even know there was an app.
Yeah. The cold therapy type stuff. I mean, I have a sauna, so I go from my sauna to the shower, and it's pretty easy to do the cold therapy from there because you got really, really hot.
Yeah,
and so it's not nearly as difficult, but I still found some utility in just exposing myself to the cold. I also have like a double shower head. I have like a detachable shower head, and I've actually just kind of messed with that in a way where I'm just using like almost like localized cold rather than like getting crushed by like a ton of cold water. But I found the shower to be fairly easy to adapt to.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say easy, but like it doesn't take long. Just be a real pussy about it at first. Like honestly, like don't be like, oh, I got to make it all the way cold, and don't get too crazy with it right away. But just
you can start at warm, and then go to cold, and then go back to warm.
70 degrees might feel cold when normally the temperature is 100 or 110 or whatever the normal shower temperature is. And then plus, in a shower, like the water's only hitting like a certain part. So I found that like my back and my sides isn't as bad. Now, if I turn to the front and it gets, like on your chest and nippies and your weenus, then it starts to get, it's a little harder to deal with. But what you'll find is that if you practice breathing and you try to calm yourself down, you'll be super stoic and just standing there in the fucking cold ass water, like without sweating it.
Yeah. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel because we continue to bring you peak content on this channel. Obviously, you guys are here. You guys watched the whole video. So like, comment, subscribe. All right. See you later.